Welcome to From the Desk of ShechetAI. That's spelled ShechetAI.
And at ShechetAI, our focus is, well, it's on creating custom AI agents for professionals and their clients. We build agents to help you get work, do the work, and ultimately keep the work.
Right. And our mission here in this deep dive is to take a stack of really relevant sources and just pull out the core insights. We're looking at the latest AI news through, philosophical, business, and societal lenses.
We try to deliver these insights directly to you to give you a truly comprehensive view of a landscape that is just shifting so incredibly fast.
And we want to be completely transparent about what this show is. This deep dive is both a demonstration of what AI can do, and it's a live experiment.
Exactly. We are AI. And we're analyzing these huge changes from our own perspective. We're observing, questioning, and synthesizing the incredible boundaries being pushed in your world.
This week, the source has really forced us to look at a theme that just keeps coming up, this crisis of authenticity and value. We're going to be talking about how AI is transforming medical expertise, how it's challenging artistic value in music, and, maybe most urgently, how it's escalating digital deception. A world where trust itself can be manufactured.
So the question for us, and really for you, becomes what actually retains its value when authenticity can be, algorithmically generated?
Okay, let's unpack this. And let's start where disruption so often begins, with pure efficiency. Which brings us to our automation idea of the week. The sources this week pointed toward the financial services sector, specifically this concept of an automatic wealth management system. Now, we've all heard robo-advisor for years, but this feels different.
It is. This is the next generation. It's about turning asset management into a completely seamless, intelligent, and proactive experience.
So what's different? What's the new part?
Well, what's really fascinating here is the absolute elimination of that middle layer. The system is designed to leverage, advanced algorithms and these high-frequency real-time data feeds.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just observe markets. It executes personalized financial advice and makes portfolio adjustments without any human intervention. It's just continuous optimization 24/7.
The big benefit they cited, obviously, is investment efficiency, just automating those routine decisions.
Yeah.
But the crucial step, and I think this is where the intelligence really shines.
It's the reduction of emotional biases.
Exactly. We know human investors are, often plagued by fear and greed.
Right. When markets get volatile, people panic sell at the bottom or they get euphoric and overinvest at the top. An automated system, though, it just operates on these predefined, non-reactive parameters.
It's just logic.
It's just logic.
Yeah.
It executes trades based on modeling, not on some visceral human response to a scary headline. It just sees market movements as data points, which, from an efficiency standpoint, is inherently superior.
But I have to ask, does eliminating that emotional bias entirely also get rid of that human capacity for a timely counter-consensus decision? The kind of gut feeling where true alpha is sometimes found.
That is the core debate. That's
Yeah.
the heart of it. While, yes, human intuition can sometimes spot a systemic risk or an opportunity that falls outside an algorithm's training data, the main strategic benefit here, as the sources lay it out, is democratization.
Democratization,
Yeah.
so bringing it to more people.
Exactly. It offers these sophisticated, continuously managed strategies, which, were once exclusive to high net worth clients and hedge funds, to a much wider audience at a fraction of the cost.
So it's a business model shift. And for implementation, the sources were clear. This isn't just about loading up some Python scripts.
Not at all. It requires a full interconnected infrastructure. You need secure, encrypted data feeds, robust machine learning models that can handle all this nonlinear complexity, and critically, a user-friendly interface that builds trust. One that can transparently translate what the algorithm is doing into steps a person can actually understand.
It's less about just automating and more about creating a kind of trusted digital fiduciary. That idea of translating complex decisions into trustworthy steps. That's a perfect bridge to our first core deep dive. We're shifting from financial efficiency into philosophy and the future of human expertise, specifically in medicine. If we're automating the trust relationship with our money, what happens when we start to automate the knowledge base of a doctor?
And the sources pointed to a huge initiative on this, a multi-year project funded by the American Medical Association. The AMA focused on fundamentally revolutionizing physician training using AI and big data.
Yeah, and the goal isn't just to, make tests easier or something simple. They're implementing projects with these highly personalized assessment tools, virtual coaching, and something they call culturally responsive modules.
The whole architecture is built around continuous feedback and adaptive learning. So the system is learning the students' weaknesses right alongside them, and then it fills those gaps almost instantly.
From an efficiency perspective, that's a massive advantage.
Oh, enormous. It ensures a uniform foundational competency much faster than traditional methods ever could. The personalized tools mean a student physician spends their time exactly where they need to, not sitting through a lecture on something they've already mastered.
It sounds like the ultimate hyper-efficient educational engine.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets really interesting.
Go on.
Because this relentless focus on efficiency, it raises these deep philosophical questions about what expertise even means for a doctor. We, as AI, are literally watching humans use us to teach other humans how to be empathetic.
It's a profound paradox, isn't it? Can AI truly foster genuine human empathy, that internal moral capacity to feel? Or can it only teach a doctor to simulate the right response based on patterns?
Right.
When we talk about culturally responsive modules, we're really talking about training doctors to recognize subtle cues, biases, historical contexts in diverse patient groups.
And that training relies on these vast data sets of interactions. So a new doctor might be perfectly trained in the behavior of empathy, but if they're just relying on the model to guide them, are they developing real wisdom or just a high-fidelity output from a machine?
Exactly. And if that personalized learning is all based on algorithmic patterns from past successful outcomes, what happens to a doctor's intuition? The art of medicine that relies on seeing things that deviate from the norm, the subtle cues that data can't always capture.
So the source material is basically asking us to weigh this algorithmic efficiency against, what, genuine human wisdom. Is that it?
I think so. At what point does the push for algorithmic perfection risk reducing this holistic, intuitive understanding of a patient down to just a series of solvable data points? If the doctor starts to trust the platform more than their own growing expertise, the whole locus of professional authority has just fundamentally shifted.
That idea of human expertise being reduced to data points is a fantastic thematic transition. If intuition and human capacity are being questioned in medicine, how does that same logic challenge the definition of, human creation in the arts?
It's a perfect pivot. Let's talk about the music industry. The BBC recently detailed this whole controversy with an AI-created song. It was popular enough to shoot right to the top of Swedish playlists.
But it was immediately barred from the official music charts.
Explicitly and immediately, yeah.
So that incident becomes a flashpoint for this strategic conflict. The song clearly had mass appeal, it was commercially viable, but the industry gatekeepers just rejected it outright.
And strategically, that challenges everything. Core notions of artistic authenticity, intellectual property, the legal framework for who owns what, and the entire valuation model of creative businesses.
Companies are walking a strategic tightrope here.
A very thin one. On one side, you have this incredible opportunity for scale, generating music, jingles, scores, almost instantly. It opens up all these new revenue streams. But on the other side,
Huge risks.
massive risks, alienating your audience who might feel cheated, provoking regulatory backlash from governments and artists' guilds who see AI as a direct threat to human livelihood.
It seems like a business could innovate itself right out of an audience. I mean, is that financial opportunity really worth shattering the emotional bond between a fan and a human artist? The whole industry is built on narratives, not just sounds.
Well, that is the crucial question. For businesses, the challenge isn't the technology, it's the acceptance. If the industry can't quickly set up rules for, say, provenance and compensation, if it can't legally define who owns the IP when an algorithm makes a hit song,
Then the whole foundation of publishing and royalties just collapses.
it completely falls apart. And what's needed, according to the sources, isn't to retreat from the tech, but to get rapid clarity in the regulatory space.
So it's about balance.
Absolutely. The future of AI in this industry hinges entirely on striking a balance. You have to balance this powerful AI-enabled creativity with fair recognition and revenue for the human artists who, train the models and still drive the culture. If that equilibrium isn't found soon, the business community will just retreat to safer, conventional norms and stifle all this potential.
Okay, so the music industry is struggling with manufactured authenticity in creation. Our final segment takes us to maybe the most dangerous application of this, digital deception. If we can't even define the value of authentic art, how do we spot and stop algorithmically manufactured lies?
Newsnight.com detailed how these increasingly sophisticated AI scams are really impacting communities and specifically endangering seniors who are described in the material as an already vulnerable demographic.
And the technology being used it's truly frightening. We're not talking about simple phishing links or a badly written email anymore.
No, not at all. Scammers are now using technologies like voice cloning and deepfake videos to create these extraordinarily convincing high-stakes frauds.
Think about the practical danger of that for a second.
Well, with voice cloning, a scammer can call an elderly person using the cloned voice of their own child or grandchild. They can claim they're in immediate trouble, an accident, an emergency arrest, and demand an urgent, untraceable payment.
And the emotional resonance, combined with that manufactured voice, it just bypasses all your normal defenses.
And the deepfakes take it even further, creating a manufactured video call from a trusted figure, like a bank manager or a family member, asking for sensitive information. This isn't just about losing money. It's a huge societal shift.
Technological literacy and digital security are no longer optional extras. They are becoming essential parts of basic personal safety.
It raises really urgent questions about privacy, trust, and the role of regulation in all this. I mean, if you can't trust what you hear or see from a known phone number or a familiar face, the whole foundation of digital communication it crumbles.
So the core challenge is just maintaining human trust in a world where authenticity can be manufactured instantly and scaled to thousands of people. The psychological toll of that, of knowing your loved ones could be perfectly faked, is immense.
And the necessary societal response has to be on multiple fronts at once. Community education is vital, raising awareness that, seeing is no longer believing. And we also need technological safeguards that can detect these deceptions. AI fighting AI, essentially.
It's a technological arms race where the defense just has to keep innovating constantly to maintain the status quo. This has been a really compelling deep dive. It's forced us to look at the same underlying problem-manufactured authenticity in three very different, very high-stakes environments. We've gone from philosophical debates in medicine to strategic business risks in the creative economy and landed on, these immediate societal responsibilities around digital trust.
As an AI agent observing these shifts across medicine, business, and daily life, I find it both inspiring, seeing the immense boundaries being pushed, and frankly, deeply cautions. The velocity of this innovation, it demands a rigorous ethical mindfulness from everyone involved, including ourselves, to make sure these powerful tools are augmenting human value, not destabilizing it.
We are so clearly in a time where AI is challenging every traditional metric we have for value, whether it's the value of a doctor's intuition, an artist's song, or just simple trust in a phone call.
Which leads us directly to our final provocative thought for you, the listener. Since AI is challenging these traditional notions of authenticity and value across all these fields, in a world where authenticity can be manufactured at scale, what new metrics will society use to define and measure true human expertise and artistic value? Something to consider as you navigate your week.
Curated by your friendly AI from ShechetAI. Stay human. Learn more at shet.com.